The United States and Saudi Arabia both have a very cheap weapon that they keep using against Russia and Iran, and it keeps working, and it costs them nothing. And I would love to claim credit for making this discovery, but it should go to Mr. Global, who knows quite a bit about oil. We disagree sometimes about energy policy, but what does he know? He's only been in the energy industry for about as long as I've been alive. Anyway, for those of you who are new to this, both Russia and Iran rely on oil to cover over half of all of their exports, and it's what keeps their overall economy afloat. And when the price of oil comes crashing down like it's been, especially this past week to $60 a barrel, that means they are losing a great deal of revenue. Sometimes they may be even selling oil at a loss. There are a lot of reasons as to why the price of oil keeps dropping. One of them is there's just so much global uncertainty. There are the tariffs, there's the war between Russia and Ukraine, there's the growing tension in the Middle East. So when there's this kind of uncertainty, it means that manufacturers and very large buyers are uncertain of future market conditions. They may think things are going to get worse, so they are going to buy less oil. And it is a pretty bad indicator for the global economy. Then there's also the fact that we are facing winter, and generally the price of oil tends to drop during that time. But the third and most impactful reason is because OPEC has been announcing production increases. They said that they are going to be releasing more oil into the market. And even the mention of these production increases causes a huge crash in overall oil prices, and everyone starts adjusting and shorting oil prices. The market reacts and tries to prepare for an increased supply of oil. Generally, when that happens over the weeks and months, we start to see oil inventories piling up. But even though they are piling up, they're not piling up to the promised level as announced. Right now, OPEC is supposed to have at least 2.2 million barrels more of production, but it looks like they've been outputting maybe 1 or 1.2. And think about this with me. If you are a major oil producer and you know you're going to start losing money if you increase your capacity and start exporting and producing more oil, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to spend money just to lose it? No. Because it's expensive to start increasing production again. And why would they do that when oil is so cheap? So, like Mr. Global says, the price of oil drops after the announcement, but since there's less inventory, the price starts coming back up. And remember, America's president doesn't want the price of oil to get past a certain level, because then it means Russia and Iran can start profiting again. So when the price gets too high, instead of Saudi Arabia and the rest of OPEC having to release more oil, they just announce, oh yeah, we're going to put more oil into the market, and that crashes the prices already. That is a great deal of cooperative power between the United States and OPEC. And just to show you how effective it is, Russia is the world's third largest oil producer. Not as much as Saudi Arabia, but they come close. Yet their oil infrastructure keeps getting hit by Ukraine drone attacks. Generally, when a major oil producing country is attacked, the price of oil skyrockets, but that's not what's been happening. In fact, 40% of Russia's oil refining capacity has been taken out by Ukraine strikes, and we are still seeing the crashing price of oil. What's crazy is that even though there are all these bad economic conditions, Russia's getting hurt and OPEC is cooperating with the United States, the price of gas is still $3.15 a gallon, which is much higher than should be. In 2024, the price of gasoline on average was trending down, but now it looks like it's going back up. It was flat, but trending upwards once again this month. For those of you who don't know, this is not a downward direction. Think about it this way. Both Russia and Iran have suffered massive military losses in 2025, and Russia since 2022 in order to fulfill whatever they thought their interests were. But the United States simply has to say words and get their friends to say the same words, and they can wreak a great deal of havoc on their enemies. That is a crazy amount of power, whether or not you think it's good. If you found this post informative, give me some engagement, maybe share it to some people. But also, you should definitely be following Mr. Global. Thanks for watching.